Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's executive briefing. Look, if you manage an engineering team, run a firm, or honestly, if you just need to buy a solid workstation for yourself, you know exactly how incredibly easy it is to waste capital on the wrong hardware. It happens all the time. So today, we're walking through a comprehensive explainer of the 2026 ThinkPad fleet. Our goal here is simple: to make sure every single dollar you spend directly translates into real-world performance, rather than buying an incredibly expensive bottleneck. Here's our agenda for this briefing. It's pretty straightforward. First, we'll look at the costly hardware mistake. Second, the specs that actually matter. Third, we'll review the 2026 ThinkPad fleet itself. And fourth, we'll wrap up with some smart procurement strategies. All right, Section 1. The costly hardware mistake: chasing the wrong specs. So often, buyers see this absolutely massive number next to the GPU on a spec sheet, they get excited, pull the trigger, and then, well, they spend the next 3 years wondering why SolidWorks still stutters every time they open a 400-part assembly. It's maddening, right? The fix for this kind of productivity loss isn't just throwing more money at the problem. It's about spending different money on the right components. But before we get into the exact components, we really have to ask, why do ThinkPads absolutely dominate engineering in the first place? I mean, you walk into literally any structural firm or hardware startup, and you see these black rectangles everywhere. Why is that?
Well, the business case really boils down to these 5 pillars. First, and this is absolutely crucial, ISV-certified drivers. When a late-night deadline hits and your CAD software crashes, being on a certified configuration means Dassault or Autodesk will actually help you, rather than just, shrugging and closing your support ticket. Then you've got native Linux support for your simulation stacks, an unmatched keyboard for coding, incredibly high serviceability. I mean, we're even talking swappable ports on some models. And finally, Lenovo's aggressive discounting windows, which we're definitely going to capitalize on later in this briefing.
Moving right along to Section 2, specs that actually matter, aligning discipline with hardware.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows exactly where professionals historically overspend, simply because they don't map their hardware to their actual discipline. Think about it. If you're in mechanical CAD, your top priority is a high single-core boost clock. But your biggest overspend risk? Buying a CPU with more than 12 cores. Conversely, if you're running FEA or CFD simulations, you desperately need those massive core counts and huge amounts of RAM, but you might be totally wasting money on a high display resolution that you just don't need. Software and DevOps, you need RAM, battery, and a great keyboard. You should absolutely avoid spending capital on a discrete workstation GPU.
So the real takeaway here is understanding the misconception versus the reality. Most CAD modeling, things like rotating a model or dragging a sketch, is entirely single-threaded. One core does literally all the work, while your shiny new 24-core monster processor just sits there idle. But for simulation, RAM is where assemblies go to die. Once Windows starts paging a large assembly to your disk, your machine just freezes up. At that point, you might as well go get a coffee. 32 gigabytes is the absolute floor today. 64 gigabytes, that's the sweet spot where you can finally stop worrying about it. Okay, let's get into the main event. Section 3, the 2026 ThinkPad fleet, the fleet assessment. I'll give you the bottom line up front right here. The ThinkPad P1 Gen 8 is the undisputed top pick for most engineers. It's a genuine, no-kidding workstation that you can actually throw in a backpack without hating your life. You can configure this thing with an NVIDIA RTX Pro 2000 and a visually stunning 3.2K tandem OLED screen, which makes it incredibly capable for about 90% of everyday engineering tasks. Let's look at the honest specs though. The P1 offers genuine portability at just 1.84 kilograms. It features that brand new user-upgradable LP Cam2 memory and boasts a 13-hour rated light load battery. But, there are always compromises. It caps out at 64 gigabytes of RAM without ECC support. And listen, since the base warranty is dropped to just 1 year, you absolutely must budget for a warranty upgrade. Also, and this is a big one, be aware that under sustained heavy loads, the 140-watt charger can actually stall out because it's running right at its limit. Now, if your work doesn't care about your back, you need the ThinkPad P16 Gen 3. This is the heavy lifter of the fleet. It's a 2.7 kilogram desktop replacement purpose-built for running overnight computational fluid dynamics or rendering photorealistic assemblies directly on your desk. The specs on this are massive. We're talking up to 24-core Intel HX silicon, options for an RTX Pro 5000 with 24 gigabytes of VRAM, and 3 SSD slots supporting up to 12 terabytes of storage. But
Here is the major caveat you really need to know. Lenovo actually limits the GPU power to 95 watts for the Pro 5000. That is noticeably lower than Dell or HP equivalents, which can push up to 175 or even 200 watts. If your work is entirely GPU bound, that power cap means about 24% less GPU performance compared to its rivals. Oh, and it is noticeably loud and heavy at roughly 5.6 pounds.
But honestly, this right here is the reason you buy the P16. 192. That is the massive gigabyte ceiling of upgradable DDR5 RAM. And yes, it includes ECC support to prevent silent data corruption during those days-long calculations. Literally nothing else in the ThinkPad line comes close to this memory capacity.
Pivoting entirely, we have the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 14. This one is specifically for the software engineers, the electrical engineers, and the data engineers who are quite frankly wasting money carrying around heavy workstation GPUs that they will never ever use. Thanks to the new Panther Lake architecture, this machine delivers nearly 24 hours of real battery life. But the biggest news? The soldered RAM ceiling is now 64 gigabytes. That finally makes this ultra-portable truly viable for heavy development work and running multiple VMs. It even features highly repairable modular ports. The downsides, of course, the RAM is soldered, so you've got to configure it correctly on day one. There is absolutely no discrete GPU for CAD, and naturally, its multi-core performance is going to trail the heavier workstations. And this brilliantly illustrates why you'd want this machine. It comes down to a single number, 977 grams. That is under 2.2 pounds. When you combine a weight like that with 24 hours of battery life, this machine completely changes how mobile engineers plan their day. You literally just stop planning your life around wall outlets. Next up, we have the ThinkPad P14S Gen 6. Think of this as the perfect compromise. It's built for the consultant or the field engineer who absolutely needs ISV-certified CAD performance, but, spends half their week navigating cramped airports and tight meeting rooms. As a genuine portable workstation coming in at about 1.6 kilograms, it's highly capable, but here is some critical advice. Buy the Intel version, not the AMD version. The Intel version gives you access to a huge 96 gigabyte upgradable RAM ceiling via SOTA-MIM slots, and it just pairs better with the available RTX Pro 1000 discrete graphics. Just keep in mind, the base RTX Pro 500 is very entry-level, the battery is smaller than the flagships, and you're only getting a single SSD slot here. Finally, for all the engineering students out there, we have the ThinkPad E14 Gen 7. Let's be real for a second. As a student doing math, coding, and basic 2D CAD, you do not need a $3,000 mobile workstation. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. The beauty of the E14 is its extreme affordability. You're usually looking at a range from $890 to $1,200. But its greatest strength is definitely its upgradability. With fully upgradable SO-DIMM RAM and two M.2 SSD slots, students can buy a cheap base model today and then simply add more RAM or pop in a second SSD later as their coursework gets heavier. Just know that it ships with Windows Home, the base 300 nit screen is pretty mediocre, and it lacks ISV certification or a Pro GPU. All right, Section 4, Smart Procurement Strategies. How not to overpay.
Think of this as your insider procurement playbook. Step 1, never pay list price. Honestly, Lenovo's list prices exist just to make their sales look dramatic. You should be expecting 40 to 60% off these machines during promotional windows. Step 2, buy the base storage and upgrade it yourself. Lenovo's storage markups are a terrible value. Just buy the 512 gigabyte option and pop a 2 terabyte drive into the empty slot yourself. Step 3, upgrade the warranty immediately. The 3-year Premier support is completely non-negotiable for a machine you rely on every single day. And Step 4, time the market. Wait for Memorial Day, the back-to-school window, or Black Friday. A little patience here is quite literally worth thousands of dollars. I'm going to leave you with this final thought to consider. The industry, and that includes Lenovo, Dell, and HP, is forecasting price hikes of 15 to 20% across 2026 due to component shortages. Average selling prices are going up, so that window for aggressive discounts, it might be tightening. Armed with this knowledge, which ThinkPad are you going to secure for your team before those costs rise? Get your specs right, time the sale, and make an investment that actually accelerates your engineering work. Thanks so much for joining this briefing.